Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, Cash App $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL action this Friday night, the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard versus the New Jersey Devils and Captain Jack Hughes. Could be a good one. There's not a whole lot going on in the NHL tonight, only a 3-game slate, but I figured this would be the good one to do. Puck drop is just going to be here in a couple minutes, and obviously I hit you with one of my favorite thumbs in 2024. I know we've only had a few days, but on the left, we got a fresh Connor Bedard, the #1 pick in the draft there in the white, and on the right-hand side, we got the Devils captain, Jack Hughes. And a nice little background photo with the lights and everything. This one turned out really, really well. And then we got Devils for the spinning logo. We got Connor Bedard, and we got the Indian Blackhawk. And then if the Devils do anything else, I got a mask that I can throw up for other things. And I have a couple other Blackhawks that I can throw up in the corner for animations as well. Let's go. Odin's son with an $11 dono. Let's go. Daniel in the building. What's good? Sarah in the building. And Odin is going to go to semi-pro hockey, kind of like the Portland Winterhawks, for me here in Oregon in the WHL. So he's going to go see that. I thought he was actually going to go see the Brooklyn Nets and the Thunder, but he's actually going to see some New York semi-pro hockey, which I thought, hell, that's going to be better. But he wanted to show love and do the $11 dono, so we do appreciate that very, very much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. How about a little Cactus Jack? Bang, bang, $11 dono from someone that's not even going to be here. And that's what we call love and support to the channel. I appreciate you. I sent him the thumb, and that way he could take a peek. And let's go through a couple photos that we got. We got a couple of them here of Captain Jack Hughes. I got you there. I got you there. And maybe he'll end up stopping in. I don't know if he has got access. I mean, I assume he's got access to YouTube on his phone. But I appreciate you, brother, whether you drop in or you don't. And I appreciate you very, very much. Let me get this situated here. One sec. Gotta refresh the stream there. Daniel in the building. What's good? Mariners traded Robbie Ray. Yes, and that's good to get him off the payroll. Mitch Haniger is back, and I think most Mariner fans actually appreciate Mitch Haniger. So even though we're making moves and it's very, very low key, not a lot of big names, but Jose Caballero is gone. We're bringing in a few guys from the Rays and the Rangers. Nothing really big yet, but there is money where we might be able to get a Blake Snell, Randy Arozarena. It's still a possibility. And with the moves that we've made, I don't know if any Mariner fan is extremely happy, but we are happy to get rid of Robbie Ray and the money that we were going to have to pay, over $70 million in the next 3 years. And when you lose confidence in a guy, and Yordan Alvarez homers off of you in the playoffs, you kind of already know he's mentally broken. And he didn't really fit in our rotation anyways. I would rather keep Woo and try to keep some of our younger guys. Than maybe necessarily like a Bryce Miller and a Woo. I would rather hang on to them than obviously a Robbie Ray. So getting rid of the payroll and getting rid of Jose Caballero, which I feel most fans, we didn't really have an opinion either yay or nay. It was kind of in between. But we'll see if there's any other moves that end up taking place, before this stream ends. MSU in the building. What's good? Sarah in the building. What's good? I did see that, and I saw them thing, obviously the was it Star Spangled Banner or whatever they did, and they had a song that they sung obviously at the end when they ended up winning the gold medal. I did end up seeing that. Let's go, baby. This thumbnail turned out well, and we want to make sure we're showing love to the youngest NHL rookie to make it into the All-Star game, #1 pick, Connor Bedard, and that's why I'm here as well. As many games of Connor Bedard, I don't care if they're the worst team in the NHL. Anytime you have a Sidney Crosby, Alexander Ovechkin type of player, you want to pay attention. and they don't come around often. They come around every, maybe 10 years or so, 10 to 15, where you're going to get a phenom. There's going to be a lot of great players, but the phenoms typically come around 10 to 20 years apart. And I would say, there's been a lot of good players since Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, but this one really feels special with Connor Bedard, exceeding expectations, just like LeBron James did when he first came in 2003 to the NBA. And we got two superstars, obviously, to root for in Connor Bedard and Jack Hughes. So should be good. Hope it ends up being a good matchup, maybe something like 5-4. And I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Nice. Always got some good seats. All right, I'm gonna show this on stream. This on stream. This is his seats for the semi-pro hockey. Look at these seats that he's got. This is nice. And it's in New York, obviously. So let me send it to Sarah. Odin, you're in the building. What's good? What's good, bro? I sent you the thumbnail. I was just messaging you on text message there. But obviously, did the thumb in honor of you there. We can take that spinning logo, and then we got the Blackhawks. I got the Devils there, right? This one turned out pretty good with the background too. And then obviously we got Connor Bedard, a couple photos of him, and then for you, even though you're busy. Hello, Captain Jack Hughes. $11 dono, even though he's at semi-pro hockey in New York. Hey, I don't blame you. You want to make sure you're hanging out with your buddies if you ended up going. And we'll be doing the Colts and the Texans. We'll be end up doing that on Saturday night, and then Dolphins Bills. But I hope that you have a fantastic time, and your seats look pretty fucking close. Are you guys in the front row, or did you just go down and sneak down there to take the photo? Sometimes you can get front row seats or very, very close seats in semi-pro hockey for like 20 to 40 bucks. So I know with the Winterhawks, I used to get front row seats for $20 back in the day when they played Seattle, and they would always punch each other in the face. Teeth would be flying, black eyes everywhere. But nice, man. I hope you have a fantastic time, and good luck tonight with your Devils. Let's go. Right on the glass. That's awesome, dude. Fire, man. Anything that you want to see before the matchup starts? What time does the game start for your semi-pro hockey there in New York? Does it start at 4:30, 5 o'clock? I mean, is it on right now? Is it live right now? First row, second row seat for 24. Nice. It's awesome to be able to go front row, even if it's semi-pro hockey, because with the Winterhawks, some of those players will end up being in the NHL, and if you end up going against a rival, Portland and Seattle, they fight every single time. So if you want to be entertained and you can't afford to drive 3 hours to go see the Kraken, you go down, drive 25 minutes, go to Moda or Memorial Coliseum, and then boom shakalaka, you can end up getting the Portland Winterhawks in the WHL front row seats. I would assume 20 to 40 bucks, and you can't beat that. Martin Brodeur, really? This matchup is starting right now, so we're just waiting. But I appreciate you. If there's anything you want to see specifically, let me know. But I appreciate the support, man. We want to make sure that we, try to at least get the goal. And if we can't get the goal, at least halfway through the goal. So his son is the goalie. No way. That's cool. We'll put up a Martin Brodeur. In my NHL 2002 game that I have on the PlayStation 2, the 2001 rosters are used, and it actually defaults with the Colorado Avalanche with Sakic and Waugh going against Martin Brodeur and your Devils back in that time period. So I was actually using both teams yesterday, and I'll probably end up playing a matchup later on today as well. Let's go. This is going to be good. And plus, it gives me more opportunity. The more games I watch, the more scouting I can do, the smarter I feel I can be. And, I want to make sure that I turn into an NHL pro. And nothing ever intimidated me from the NHL or NASCAR because when I was a little kid, I used to watch, Dale Earnhardt and the Intimidator. I used to watch Gretzky and Lemieux and Brett Hull. And, so none of this is really brand new to me. It's just getting reacclimated with the new rosters that have been going on in the last, 10 years or so. But, getting back into it, more full time since last year, I feel pretty comfortable with it all. All right, baby, puck drop. Let's go. That's awesome. Heck yeah. It sounds like you guys enjoy that too. And the Winterhawks here in Oregon are a big thing. You wouldn't think we're really a hockey town, but we're a sport town and a sport, city out here. I mean, and it's not even really Portland too. It's all over in the Pacific Northwest. And I know if we ended up getting a professional hockey team in Portland or professional baseball, I mean, it would do well, 100%. It's like I almost feel like Oregonians, we're Ducks and Beavers and Blazers, and a lot of us are Mariners, but I think that they would definitely support. You get Beavers and Ducks fans and Blazer fans coming together for, either a professional hockey team, playing at Moda or a professional baseball team, which we were hoping that was going to be the Portland A's, but, going to Vegas made more sense. They have more money, more space. But, we can always dream out here in Oregon that we're going to get one at some point. What do you think about the thumbnail? It looks pretty good, huh? It turned out pretty well. It's one of my favorite ones of the year, especially with a nice background. And obviously, Jack Hughes and Connor Bedard named to the NHL All Star team this season. No surprise. A little bit earlier of a start. We normally don't start at 4 o'clock. This is probably the earliest we start besides baseball season when I do Mariner games, sometimes at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, and 1. But other than that, this will probably be the earliest that we start for NHL games, for the rest of the season. But I don't mind, if it's not the Kraken. I mean, if I can get a little Devils in, for Odin's son, Connor Bedard, just for Connor Bedard for the Blackhawks, Avalanche, Vegas Golden Knights, Dallas Stars. As long as I can get something like that, I know I'll be able to be entertained and have fun with it. So, Bucks, Rays, Bolts. What's good? I don't know if we really have an opinion on the trade just yet. We'll see how it affects both of the teams. I mean, some people think that the Mariners got the better deal out of it. Jose was good at times, and then he struck out a lot at times as well. But we'll see if it ends up being a fair trade with that one. And us getting rid of Robbie Ray and having that payroll go to the Giants. Thank you very much. And we end up getting Mitch Haniger back. And Mitch Haniger was never, a top 5 or top 10 player in Major League Baseball. But as far as like role player and fan favorite, he is one of those guys, and he'll be welcome back to the Mariners, fan base with open arms. And I haven't heard anything really negative on the Mitch Haniger thing. Getting rid of Robbie Ray is actually bigger than getting Mitch Haniger, in all honesty. Like, Haniger was cool, but getting rid of the Robbie Ray money was really the number one thing. So that way we have money for Snell, money for Randy Rosarina, money for, I don't know, the owners and the GMs and everyone else to buy another mansion or, another yacht or whatever they're planning on doing by not making the team better. But, we'll see how the roster pans out. But the Mariners have been pretty quiet overall, but we are clearing money, which is good, getting rid of pieces that are no longer a fit, and like Robbie Ray with the money. And hopefully we actually pull the trigger and spend money. And it's like with Mariner fans, it won't take us a whole lot to get excited. Like if we can't get a Rosarina and Snell together, like we don't care. We don't even think we're going to get any of them. But if we get one, we're going to go crazy, especially if it ends up being Snell. Like if because he's from the Pacific Northwest, but probably Randy Rosarina would do us better because we already have pitching. But then Snell would give us another elite pitcher, but we need hitting. So I think Randy would be a little bit more valuable, but Snell, if he's pitching well, could be huge for us too. I would love to get both. It would. I mean, the morale for the Mariner fan base would do a whole 720. Not just a 360, but a 720 after losing Jared Kelenic, Eugenio Suarez, and obviously Teoscar Hernandez, which we might actually have come back, but that's still a rumor. We don't know. And we made moves with you, the Rays and the Rangers, and not a lot of big names, just kind of, you know, like just guys, nothing too crazy, kind of just role players. But role players can gain good chemistry, and role players can still get 20 to 30 homers and 80 to 100 ribbies. I mean, depending on what position you play. So 5 minutes passed here in the first period. 4 shots on goal for New Jersey, 5 for Chicago. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Like, once you once you fall in love with the sport, once the season ends, you wait a couple weeks and you start to have like withdrawals, and you think, I'm not going to miss baseball that much. I still got NFL and college football, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the schedule and like, college football's only got one game left. We got 1 week left and we're in the playoffs. So I have been missing baseball quite a bit, and we'll be hopping right into that right when the NFL and college football wrap up, and then we'll end up doing a little bit more on the NHL side. A few games of NBA and college hoops sprinkled in. March Madness, of course, which is always fun every year. We'll follow a little bit of the men's and the women's, and then obviously transitioning into some MLB, and I'll do some spring training games of Dodgers or Mariners if it ends up being on and there's nothing else that's worth doing. So I mean, my goal every year is to do over 100, Mariner games throughout the season out of 162, and then trying to do probably about 30 to 40 other streams. Whether the 30 of them are Dodgers, and then the other 10 are going to be Braves, Cardinals, Orioles, or Yankees, or whoever the Blue Jays, whatever a good matchup is on when the Dodgers and Mariners both have a day off. Maybe I'll end up doing some Tiger games. If like I said, if I know that we have a connection, I start to kind of buy in to other people's favorite things. And so if you have a favorite team or favorite player and we have a connection, sometimes I'll go out of my way to kind of root for you and watch your team play. Oh, big check. Blackhawks falling down left and right. That was a big check on 55. Megan in the building. What's good? Damn, I didn't realize that the Natty was on Monday for Monday Night Raw. I might have to cancel going to Monday Night Raw to watch that. I wanted to go see Monday Night Raw with Preston and whatnot, and I love me some wrestling and whatnot, but I don't know. Like the Natty is pretty big. It's like one of the biggest things. I mean, I've been doing college football coverage all year because Monday Night Raw is Monday Night Raw, and like I said, I love being able to hang out with my friends and everything. And it's not like the tickets were expensive. They were like cheap seats that we were going to sneak and get closer, but that's tough because I don't want to miss that. And I know I'd probably be able to get some good views off of that too. So, all right, I think I might have to message Preston and tell him I can't go, and he might have to take someone else. Because I think, like I said, I love wrestling and all, but I mean, the Natty, Washington might be able to win its first Natty, ever. Not a split with the U in '91, and then Michigan winning a Natty for the first time in a minute. I didn't realize that was on Monday. I mean, he ended up buying the tickets quite a few weeks back, but oh, it's going to be a good game. Washington actually has a chance. Dylan Johnson is playing. He's injured, but he's playing. And obviously, the Michael Penix Jr. blow up, glow up, like I've been talking about him pretty much all season, even before the season started. Now everyone is starting to catch up to see what I've been seeing all year and last year and the year before. Um, all right, I just messaged him. So, all right. So we're gonna be doing Colts. We're gonna be doing Colts Texans tomorrow, and that's gonna be on at 5. Then we're gonna end that's for a playoff spot potentially. Then we're gonna do Bills Dolphins on Sunday at 5, and then we're gonna end up doing the Natty at 5. So I feel really bad because I don't want to, you know, I mean, maybe if the seats were like front row and we were like really, really close, but even if they were that, it's like, it's Monday Night Raw. It's not a pay per view. I love hanging out with my friends, but it's like I've been doing college football streams all year, not only Ducks, but everybody. So, I mean, I feel that would be something that I mean, I hate to give him a heads up now, but at least I give him a heads up now. It's Friday, so he can at least get another friend to go with him. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday Night Raw. So I thought the Natty was the following Monday, but I totally forgot they don't do like that extra week or whatever like they do with the Super Bowl. Because I thought, okay, cool, Monday Night Raw in Oregon, and then the following Monday, Natty. Cool, perfect, everything lines up. No football, no Monday Night Football games, but I forgot about the Michigan and Washington. I mean, this is one of the biggest natties of natties. To see a Big Ten or Pac-12 win it, not an SEC. So I can't miss that. So maybe he'll be a little mad at me, but I mean, again, the tickets are not that expensive, but that's not really the point. I want to be able to spend time with friends and get out there and do it. But just sometimes when you have a full time job and a legacy, you got to grind, and sometimes you got to sacrifice fun and watching wrestling, and you have to work, but also to enjoy the natty as well. Because I mean, I would be on my phone, I would be lying. I'd be all like at Monday Night Raw, watching Raw with my phone in front of me, watching the Natty at the same time. So yeah, I know. It's this Monday. Yeah, so that means and Monday Night Raw is this Monday. So in Oregon. So, but at least I gave him a heads up. I feel bad, but what we're gonna do the Natty, Sarah. I mean, that it's too big of a game. It's like Monday Night Raw is on the Super Bowl, and I go to Monday Night Raw. I got it. If it ends up being the Natty or the Super Bowl, I mean that's gotta I gotta do it, man. I hate bailing on my friends, you know what I mean? But I think he'll understand. Yeah, well, we'll do Mariners and Tiger games, and if you can come through on the streams, and I'll definitely do those. All right, we're down to a commercial break. Hope everyone has a fantastic Friday night. Gonna have a fun weekend. Fantasy championships are going to be crowned. I picked up Tom Brady a couple times, put him on my bench. He's a good role model in fantasy. Sometimes you got to be able to have certain pieces like that. But luckily, I was paying attention, Sarah. And after I released Zamir, because they said Jacobs was going to play, and then they flipped their minds. And then obviously after 3 days passed, then they said, oh, he was going to play for the Raiders. So I quickly picked him back up, and I'm probably going to use him in my lineup. So because they're going against the Broncos. So Jacobs was going to be projected for about 15 or 16, and same thing for Zamir White. And I already had him on my bench, but I just didn't think that he was going to play. So we will see on how it goes. I'm very optimistic. I feel like I have a chance. And I got Nick Mullins and Sam Howell just in case I decide not to go with Baker. But even an injured Baker playing against the Panthers should get me 2 touchdown passes. And if he does, he can end up breaking 4,000 yards and over 30 touchdowns and get into the playoffs. So motivation for Baker, Rachaad White, and then I have to decide if I want to play Zamir White or Mike Evans. And then we'll go from there. So, custom Joey. I mean, you give me the stitched 35 Joey Decor jersey with the JO-EY, JO-EY. I saw that, and I thought of you and all the Kraken fans and thought, how cool is that? I would love to have something like that. Very original. Big hit right there. Bedard got thumped. He's got her fighting now. Korchinski and Mercer. Bedard got fucking popped. Now he's going to the locker room. Damn, Bedard. He just got popped hard too. Get up, brother. I like the logo because it's very similar to the Portland Winterhawk logo. Same colors, black and red. He said, my mouth. Me too. Yeah, like I said, or putting the name stitched on the back when it normally doesn't have it on there, or I have to get creative and put a nickname like I did with my Ducks ones. I got LaMichael James on the Natty, James, but if you want the 3-inch letters, you can only get like 5 on a lot of these jerseys. So with like D'Anthony Thomas would have been 6. So I had to go with his nickname Mamba, and I got Mamba stitched on the back. But yeah, and then usually we'll do ones with like the coaches, and I like your way of thinking is cool, because like that's how I think too. And some of us like to go a little bit further, based on the originality of the items and whatnot. I think it's awesome. No Luca tonight, my boy Jay Graves says. We might win. Nice. Four on 4 right now. 11 shots on goal for New Jersey, 0 for Chicago. And everything was all fine and dandy until New Jersey wanted to start fighting and popping my boy Connor Bedard. And hopefully he comes back. Oh, Jack Hughes is so smooth out there. Nice. Yeah, I'm always going to try to take care of you as much as I can, based on what I get in return and whatnot. If I, obviously we get more usually on the super chat side, on the Cash App side, but it's always good to be able to get some more gear. It's like you can always buy gear yourself, but and if it's like, oh, it's like you get this, oh, I saw this wrestling shirt, or oh, I can't afford it, but it'd be cool if I could get that. And then, those are the type of things where put in the time and the effort, then I can hook you up with something that's, sport related with one of your teams, or like a wrestling shirt or something. Less than 8 minutes to go with a 4-on-4. But I do love watching the NHL. Not like it, but I love it. It's like I love NASCAR, I love NHL, and I love MLB. And a lot of people, they don't understand. Either those 3 things. I know the NBA used to be one of the top dogs, but I just feel I get a hell of a lot more enjoyment. And once you get fully invested in something too, it just everything becomes that much more interesting. And then it's just a matter of following as many teams as I do on the level of like the NFL. And then once I can do that, because I already feel like my NBA knowledge, even though I don't watch every single game, I'm still following everything that's going on during the season. I just don't really like the NBA, but I'm still reading and following up, watching the film and all that. But I'm definitely happy that we have the NHL, and then it'll transition, and then we'll have the MLB. So then at least it'll be, a decent transition with at least those 2 before we get football again. But I'm trying to soak everything in. And we got pretty good results, on quite a bit of the streams with the Ducks, and obviously over the January 1st, almost 4,000. So I think there's a good chance for somewhere between 1,000 and 4,000. 1,000, 3,000, somewhere in there, 1,000, 2,500. Like it'll be a good chance, depending on how many people decide to, do the stream, even though they don't normally do college football, but maybe they do NFL or maybe they don't really do that much. But and when it ends up being something for a championship, sometimes people will, end up doing a stream for that, but it'll be fun. I look forward to making a thumbnail for the game. It's like a piece of artwork for me that I get to do every day. 2-minute power play. All right, Chicago. 12 shots on goal for New Jersey, 6 for Chicago, less than 6:30 left in the first period. I wonder if we're going to see Bedard back. I hope so. Donato. The only way Chicago was going to have a chance to keep it somewhat close, you thought, if Bedard played all 3 periods. But oh, good save. Yeah, more in the jaw rather than in like the brain area or the temple. It was like more in the mouth or whatever, like somewhere in there. Oh, wow, Dickinson. What a wrister. Dickinson. Blackhawks 1, Devils 0. Odinson with uh, a fair boo. He'll be watching that semi-pro hockey in New York, and he'll be looking at his phone. No, what a wrister. Donato was cracking. Wow. 1-0 Blackhawks with no Connor Bedard. Hopefully he ends up coming back. I mean, that's selfish for me, I guess. As long as it's not a concussion, But it's like when you got a phenom player, you want to be able to watch as much of him. I mean, if you're into that type of thing, wanting to be able to make those memories, that you got a chance to actually watch full games of a phenom in their rookie year and how they looked, and then you kind of watch them as they grow and get older, and if they end up being one of the legends of the game. Youngest to make the All-Star game. I think he's off to a good start. So less than 4 minutes to go in the first period. 13 shots on goal for the Devils, 7 for Chicago. Bedard got hit in the mouth and is not in at the moment. So we'll monitor that situation after we get into intermission. Oh, we got some fights. Oh, he got pushed in the back. I'm going to give you a back push, punk. They're getting crazy over there. Miller to the penalty box. Concussion. Well, that's not good because I wanted to watch him play. I wanted this. This, this. There's an aura about him. That's good. Oh yeah. Hey, 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 hey. We got a commercial. We got some time. We can cracken up this stream a little bit. Huh, there's a goat. I know you. Ta-ta. Ta-ta sauce. Oh, why do he look so good? Making everyone else look just like putting them to shame. So fresh and so clean, clean. Take care of your mental health. It's important. We're good. Look good. Feel good. Play good. Oh, yeah. We just took over the Kraken stream. Took over. One zero Chicago. I am excited for these next 3 days. I am a little bummed out. I won't be able to hang out with my friend for WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw, and especially with Raw actually getting better. Like we're wrestling on AEW and WWE with people coming back, either from just not wrestling at all or being injured, and then getting bigger names, to be available, whether it be Rock temporarily, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and a few others. Oh, right in front of the net. Man, Chicago could have had another goal if they just would have had a forward just sitting there waiting. It was just hanging there in front of the net. Chicago power play for another minute 10. 13 shots on goal for the Devils compared to the 8 for the Blackhawks. And probably won't see Bedard, but I hope so, but probably not. What's your gut telling you, Sarah, that you're going to win or lose the game? What I mean, there's not just being biased. I mean, you're a Colt fan, so you hope that you're going to win. But what does your gut tell you, that you're going to win, or the Texans are going to win? You're going to lose. Like, what is the vibe? Just take the fandom out of it for a second and just look at it from like how I look at things. Just being on the outside eyes looking in, based on watching the team play the last couple of weeks. You feel they got it, or they're going to blow it away and just fuck up too much? It's like, the Buccaneers should beat the Panthers, but I mean, we should have beat the Saints, and we couldn't even do that. So, I mean, Saints, are much tougher on the defensive side than the Panthers, and they just got shut out like 30-0. And then Teppa throwing the drink on the fan, right? But Baker injured. What happens if Baker only lasts like a half? And then have Trask go in? Then my fantasy might get screwed. Maybe I need to go Nick Mullins, just knowing that he's not as good as Baker, but he'll probably play the whole game. Maybe he'll throw 2 to 4 picks, but he'll throw for 300 yards. And if I can get a couple touchdowns with Jetta from Mullins, that could help. No Hawkinson. Addison might steal one, but so I got to make a real breakdown and analysis, and I'm doing Kaimi Fairbairn, the kicker against your Colts. Hopefully he's not the reason why you lose. And then he ends up kicking a 50-yard field goal for the win to get me 5 points. I mean, I'm always going to root for your Colts to win, but fantasy players, I need my guys to hit. So I always wanted Fairbairn on my roster early in the year when he was doing hot. And then as soon as I wanted him, he got hurt. And then it just coincidentally, now I have him in the championship game, round 2, final week. So hopefully he does not do me dirty. It's a green matchup. So, he's a guy that can get 10 to 18. So I'm hoping like 17 points out of the kicker, like something ridiculous. And that shit can happen. You can get 15 to 22 out of the kicker. It just doesn't happen often. And you don't have to have Justin Tucker. Sometimes it just magically appears on your fantasy. You just look down and it says, 19 as the kicker. And you're like, wow, look at me. Look at them. You think you're going to win by 3? Like, I'm hoping I get 30 points out of the kicker and defense. That's aggressive as shit. Most people are like 10 points on the D, 10 points on the kicker. But now I got to get like crazy and try to like combine for 30 because I need to be able to make up 40 if I want to win. And then I got to have someone drop a 30 or 40 spot like James Conner. I need James Conner to go off for like 45 points. Go off for like 140 yards and like 2 or 3 tutties. Nice save. McManus got you 16. Hell yeah. Oh, fight. Punch in the face. These guys are getting chippy. Punches to the jawline. Getting 16 out of a kicker is amazing. Because, I mean, when you get 8, you're like, it was good. It wasn't 10, but you'll take it. 8 and 9, you're like, okay, it's not double digits because double digits is where you're happy. 8 or 9, you feel good, but you feel like something is just a little lacking. Yeah, double digits. And then if you get under 8, you get 7 or lower, it's like, I'm a failure. Like, that guy's a failure. You failed me. Like, I was trying to get 10 and you got me 4. Like, you're probably not on my team next week, you bastard. Like, you know how that goes. Hold grudges against the kicker and then you drop them even before the wire. Like, normally you do a player for a player, but when you're angry at a player, you drop them right after the bad game and it allows you. You're like, screw you. I'm not even trading you for another piece. I'm just dropping you immediately, even before the wire drops. So that when everyone knows how unpleased I am with you. I know I'm not the only one to do that too. Wow, so you did get 30 combined. I'm trying to be like you. That's what I'm trying to do. Jets defense, right? Maybe with a 14 and then maybe with the Kaimi Fairbairn with a 16. Something crazy like that. I got New England D that's number 1 ranked, but I think they did that based off Zach Wilson, not Trevor Siemian. So I think I'm going to go with the Jets D because Patriot defense is like touchdown dependent to get to 10. And they got, touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, but I got to go with the team that is going to be averaging close to 10 and more consistent. So that would be the Jets, even if it's on the road against Zappy. All right, first intermission, 1-0 Blackhawks. Give me some photos that you guys want, and I hope I come back and beat Reflect for the Fantasy Championship. It'll be the biggest that I've ever come back from. 40-plus down. This is me right now. But if I can come back and win the Fantasy Championship, that will be me right there. Hop into this, and then right here, Joe Dirt. Possible. I'd have to go off for like 180, 160 to 180, type of thing, but you never know. I just got to channel my inner goat, my inner Joey. I told you. I helped you pick up some nice pieces, and it's always like not getting, complacent and just being okay with what you got on the bench for a couple weeks. You got to keep going every week. You have to get the new flavor, whatever is hot for that week, and make sure you're getting that because then it could end up being a piece that you could have for the rest of the season that could be huge, like a Kyron Williams. 1-0 Blackhawks. I do too. It's awesome. I want it. I want it on my desk. I just want to stare at it. And I like the fit. I'm gonna have to start wearing some eye black on the streams. I need the beanie and I need the hoodie and the trophy. I need the trifecta and the banner behind me too. Look at it. It's even got the Winter Classic patch on the arm, then his number and the S with the crack. Man, that one's probably like player issue where you can't even buy that. Can you buy that, Megan? Can you buy this hoodie, or is it only? And I mean, do they have a generic one, or can you actually get one that has the player number in the chest like this? Because that's what I would want. I would want a player specific hoodie, but I doubt they would make that to the public. Pretty fucking cool though. The hottest goalie in the NHL, and he's not even a starter. It's Joey Decord. He's kind of fucking good. That's my reaction when I watch Joey Decord. He's good. Yeah. I mean, I can't afford it, but I guess it would be cool for me to be able to look at it and see like one day, like I'm gonna buy that one day, but I'd have to get my priorities straight. You know, I got to get like Eni and then Jersey. Like I don't get tired of just cracking photos after cracking photos, just nonstop greatness, all stars, Yorkie. Like I hope they do a Joey Decord bobblehead because like that'll be the one that I definitely would have to buy. You know, like I always like I said, usually for me, I'll connect to like a goalie first, and then I'll go to the players. You know, go from Joey, maybe then to Maddie, and then the progression from there. Just depend on my feeling on who I like and like the funny thing is like with Maddie, he's supposed to be like our best player, and he's like the future. He hasn't even blossomed yet into the player that we need him to be where we need to be. So it's like he's got a lot of potential, but he hasn't even tapped in. He's like kind of underachieving. So once he gets going, and then maybe if we get another player, in the next couple of years too, then yeah, this will be us. We're awesome. All right, I'm just gonna start looking for Winter Classic pictures until someone else has a suggestion for something, or if Odin's son wants something on the Devil's side. They put in this Martin Verdier. Martin Verdier. I like the old school stuff. It's very cool. Legends never die. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, once I ended up, doing this full time, I have to, think about the content that I want to do, content that people want, and also something where, it's going to be worth my time and I'm actually going to really love it and enjoy it. And yeah, and like I said, I'm going to end up, doing a lot more on the NASCAR and the NHL and the MLB side. Obviously football and wrestling are always going to be number one for me, but I still got a lot of love for NHL and MLB. They're like right there, right underneath. It's they're not that much further than my NFL college football wrestling love. So. All right, 10 more likes. Let's get there. Plus, like, there's not a lot of people that would feel comfortable, I think, doing, many different things. I mean, it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of reading, and you got to be able to do quite a bit, to be able to get caught up to speed, especially with something that most people will feel like out of their element for. But we got good people on the channel, people that will help me along the way. And then if I just do my own regular, studies and whatnot, I feel that I can catch up quite quickly. Let's look for some more Kraken greatness. One zero, Chicago, as we're in the first intermission. Three zero Kraken, Winter Classic. One uniform looks great. The other, we'll leave it at that. What is this? Even if you ended up finding that in a lost and found, it's like you're not even excited. You're like, it looks old but not valuable. It doesn't look. There's nothing appealing about it. It just looks like someone left it in the lost and found because it needed to be lost. Like, thank God the Kraken stepped up with their design. At least someone had something attractive to look at. That's got to be one of the worst jerseys ever. I mean, there's going to be a lot of them that are out there, and it's not terrible, but the colors, they could have done something better with the color combinations for their squad. Why have faded mustard? There's nothing swaggy about that jersey whatsoever. It's we came to show up and lose, and that's what they did. You wore a jersey that you looked like you were going to put up a 0, and you did. We wore a jersey where we were going to put up 3. We did. That's fucking sweet. Kind of digging the snow hat. I like unusual things, and there's not going to be a lot of people that own that. So, it's I like the beanies with the snowball on top, but this is something that I could definitely rock out here in the Pacific Northwest. I like the vibe. It makes me feel like I'm some kind of guy that lives in Alaska, and it's a cool look. It looks like it's made good quality. I got the nice logo there in the front with the white, and you can tie it in a knot. You can leave the strings as they are. Cool color combo with the blue, and then you still get the teal. Looks like it's good quality. That looks like it might be a part of my wardrobe soon. That's the swag right there. That's that undercover swag right there. I like it. Oh, he's swinging it. He agrees. Man, it's everyone's gonna have a different fashion sense, but I mean, everything that they've been putting together is just, yeah, very. Who he knows? See, look. I like it. Now, is everyone going to like it? No, but that's kind of. There are certain people that can get away with certain looks or whatever, but I feel like anyone can actually do it if you just try it and just be confident and try it. You know, even if you don't wear that type of hat. Cool look. Like, rock your team, and obviously it's going to look a hell of a lot better if you got the matching jersey too. Like, if you got the matching setup here, jersey, and you got the winter hat, yeah, you're going to go undefeated in life. Like, you're going to get free things. Celtics only up by 30. Oh, they suck. Meniere's blood, baby. The ice all coming up. Beautiful. Only you should start doing quadruple doubles because this triple double thing is too easy. I saw our big block and then the big fadeaway. No surprise. Hey, my favorite photo right here. We're getting back to the action here in a second. Oh, he loves it. Oh. Unbelievable. Great. One of the coolest things. Said, I did this for Orion and Megan in Australia. That Aussie 12. We needed to get that dub. 3-0 Kraken. I said, thank you. That makes the mental health better. All right, second period about to start. All right, here we go. Oh, baby. Yeah, that Dickinson shot, that was the risky wrister. Oh, damn, he got popped. Damn. Hate that. Injured the phenom. Like, couldn't they have waited like one more game? All right, puck drop. Let's go. It's like most of the matchups when I'm doing Chicago or I'm trying to watch Bedard, I'm not getting too many games where I'm actually getting him to score. Like he's getting all the goals on all the other games that are out there. It's like I want to be able to see a couple matchups where he actually scores a goal or two. Ooh, they're getting chippy out there. These guys are hitting each other like they want to punch each other in the mouth the whole game. Yeah, all the custom stuff is cool. All right, I'm gonna go get my drink. I got a Snapple sitting frozen somewhere. All right, give me 1 sec. Let me go grab that real quick. Chicago 1, Devils 0. Luke Hughes to Jack Hughes. Oh, damn, these guys are getting scrappy out there. People are dropping sticks. People are squaring up. Big hits. Definitely a lot more physical of a matchup than I've seen in a few matchups. I mean, Kraken usually aren't fighting everyone every single game. Thirteen shots on goal for New Jersey, 12 for Chicago. Ooh, come on, Jack. Damn. They just threw Jack Hughes to the ground like he was nothing. 14 shots on goal for New Jersey. Man, these guys are hitting tonight. Oh, good pass. Penalty. Oh, nice pass. You waited too long, New Jersey. You got anybody injured tomorrow for the Colts that's not going to be playing based off like the Colts.com or like the stuff that you follow through like the vloggers and the bloggers and the people that you watch, anything that's come up? I've been trying to wrap my brain around this fantasy on how I can create the perfect lineup to come back by being down 40 and make this miracle happen. Power play 0 for 2, 4 shots on goal for New Jersey. They just need to go Hughes to Hughes. Come on, Jack. Oh, damn. Tenori just fucking everybody up out there. He's, I'll check you. I'll check you. Put you into the boards. Check you. Still a minute 20 left on the Devils power play. 15 shots on goal for New Jersey, 12 for Chicago. Good passing there by the Devils. And hopefully they can patient here. Oh, good puck movement. Come on, Devils. Show me. Oh, you can feel New Jersey's on the cusp of scoring. They're like, I don't know when, but it feels like I mean it's taking them this long. They're already into the second period, 5 minutes past, but yep. Oh, we got to fight. Oh, fight. Oh, they're scrapping. They're scrapping 2-on-2. Fight, fight. All right. Punch in the face, punch in the face. Scrapping on the ground. Two guys scrapping on the ground. Scrap, scrap, punch, punch, elbow, leg drop. Wow. Well, at least if I can't get Connor Bedard, then at least I get guys punching each other in the face. There's a trade off. Right here, right into the board. Bang. And he said, I didn't appreciate that. Let's fight. Boom, boom, boom. And the other guy's like, I'll fight you too. He said, let's scrap. Boom, 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 boom. Like as soon as they want to fight, like the punches come in, like you could just like not be paying attention and get knocked out. Like with hockey players, like you don't even know it's coming. Like all of a sudden the camera will turn and people are just skating around, and then someone just really quick gets that first one in, and then you better punch back or you're going down. Like the art of the sucker punch in the NHL. Chris Lamons. And it's at home, right? It's in Indianapolis, so at least you probably have the home field. If you lose, you lose, but at least you got the home crowd there to cheer you on to hopefully get you the dub. He's like, I'll put you into the boards. Jack Hughes is like, damn you. Found some of my older starting lineup, Ken Griffey Jr. figures still in the package from 2000, 92, 91, 94, 98. It's cool to be able to like go through like a collection, and it's cool because with Griffey they did like every pose, like batting pose, bunting pose, because they had to do a new figure every year, so it wasn't like the same swinging motion or whatever. Some of them are really badass, like diving for a outfield, like pop up, and you're trying to get it. Like some of the diving into second base. That's the one from '98. It's pretty cool. I like the creativity when they were putting these together. And they got that vintage look, and starting lineups are dope too because if you had them from like '88 to 2000, you remember they would come with like a card or a card and a coin or a card and a poster for those old ones, and that stuff is like my childhood to a T. Love those. All right, we got a power play, 4 seconds left. 1-0 Blackhawks. Ref is explaining things way too long. They're trying to sabotage the Pat because, I mean, he doesn't fit into corporate America. You know, they're trying to get rich off of him because he's putting up big numbers, and then the corporate people want to eat off of him and make that money. You know, and they put it there. We'll pay you this, but you bring us these people. You know, but it's like you got to understand people that watch Pat McAfee show on YouTube, they're probably not the people that watch ESPN. And that's a big reason why they put them on there. They were trying to lure those people that only watch YouTube or Twitch or are very selective on what they actually watch on TV or podcasts because a lot of shit that's on TV and podcasts just isn't good. So but I guarantee there's a bunch that don't like him and the show because they think it's like, putting sports into more of like a comedy where you're bashing, and it's like, you're having too much fun, so we don't like this, and you're just supposed to make us money, and you do it in the way that we tell you, type of thing. But if you have someone that's real and authentic, it's like you just can't tell Pat to wear a suit and not swear and think that the show is still going to be the same. It's you have to be able to be in your own element. Now we got another fight. 1-on-1. Scrapping here in the mid-ice. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, blades of steel. Yes, grab him too. Oh, uppercut. Yes, this is like the best matchup all year in the NHL. I've already seen like 6 fights. Yeah. Get him. If you're out watching this, turn it on right now. Chicago, New Jersey, they're scrapping. The refs are letting him fight 1-on-1. Oh, he got him right underneath the chin. This is better than fucking UFC or boxing. Bang. Right there. Let me grab your jersey. Oh, he got hit right in the face. Oh, in the jaw. Wow, they're letting him scrap here for like a long time. This is like 5 minutes. Like we've been wanting to fight for like 2 periods. Oh, this is good. Telling you, if you're not turning this on, you're missing out. They're still fighting. It's been like 5 minutes, and the refs are still letting them go. This is awesome. It's like I can barely stand. One guy's helmet's about to come off. They're both swearing at each other, telling the other one where they're going to take their mother to dinner. Foligno, he's like, I need to get one more shot in the jaw on this bastard. Look at him. Refs are like, enough is enough. You guys are tired now, and you look like old men. Let's go. Da, 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 da. Great effort. That's the first time in all the streams this season that I've seen that, where they actually would, let me watch, and they would just let them fight. They wouldn't scrap it, and, they grab them early. Like they'll give them 5-6 minutes, do your, do what you got to do, and like, let's scrap it out. And then, I mean, you don't see it often. Wow, Jordy Foligno, that was awesome. That was awesome. Nobody got knocked out. Both guys got good shots into the cheek and in the eye and the jaw, uppercuts a couple, grabbing a lot of jersey. But I mean, that's definitely Blades of Steel or any type of hockey game where you could actually fight and you look forward to that cutscene in the video game, and you just got to be able to get the right combination of the punches and whatnot. And then you remain victorious as you go to the penalty box together. 1-0 Chicago. That was awesome. Another hit. God, everyone is flopping over here. Everyone's getting hit hard. Everyone's like every hit, they're trying to knock out the player. Like, this is awesome. They hate each other. One zero Blackhawks. Connor Bedard injured. Everyone's trying to beat each other up. It is awesome. It's like I don't think like the big boys and the big networks don't realize that there's like niche markets. Another fight. Oh yeah, baby. There we go. 3-on-3, 4-on-4. I'm telling you, if you need a link, let me know. But uh, NBC Sports Chicago, if you're not watching this, this is definitely the most fights I've seen in a matchup all season by a lot. Like a lot of big long stoppages where they're really connecting and trying to knock each other out on, and even the hits are like, I'm trying to knock you out. I'm trying to hit you with my shoulder. And they knocked out Bedard in the first period. He ain't coming back. And now everyone is just trying to knock each other out in the whole matchup. It's incredible. This reminds me of the hockey I used to watch in like the 80s and 90s. It was like this. That's why it's like rare when I see it now. I'm like, wow. Oh, big hits. Big hit. That's a hit stick, baby. Oh, they're scrapping. This is awesome. All right, we're going to commercial. Man, what an entertaining matchup. I'm so thankful I did this. Just really wish Bedard didn't get hurt. I was really hoping that he was going to score and I could be able to see it. Like, I just want to be able to see a phenom do something cool, and I don't want to be like watching it on, like a Instagram or like a Twitter or X post. Like, I want to be able to do a stream and be like, I watched Son of Bedard and he was electric. I mean, come on now. Let's go. But at least the fighting is making up for it. Oh, boomsticks everywhere. All right, still waiting on the commercial break. All right, how do I come back from 42 points down in fantasy, huh? 42? My God. James Conner with a 45. All right, 1-0 Chicago. Bedard, bang! Like, why do they got to pick on him? Why are you trying to enter, the future, the franchise of the NHL? He's like, I'm going to fight you for that. It's like, you knocked out our player, I'm going to beat you. You knocked out my boy Connor. I hate you. And they're scrapping. At least they let him fight because they already knew that shit was going to start off early, and they just let it, like, muster and build up, and then you get something amazing like that. That's going to be on all the highlight reels tonight, and that'll be something that'll be talked about the rest of the season. That was sweet. That was awesome. Oh, of course. They're not. I mean, if you were a teammate, you would want to be that guy that would step up and do that. Like, even if you get beat up a little bit, or whatnot, it's like, it's just the principle of it all. If you guys are boys and you're teammates and you're going to take a punch for someone, if they would do the same for you, then you step up. So. But definitely the chippiest game I've seen in 2024 or 2023, for that matter. Still kind of feels weird that it's 2024, honestly. Minute left in the power play for the Devils. 15 shots on goal for New Jersey, 13 for Chicago. Less than 13 minutes left in the second period. It's been chippy as fuck. Logan Paul versus KO at the Rumble. Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. I could just picture it in my head, kind of cool spots that are going to be set up in that match. It'll be awesome. Vanacek, nice save. Good check. Everything's a chuck. All right, 10 seconds left in the power play. Offsides. Damn. Well, he hasn't been back, so I assume it's concussion. Even though he didn't look concussed, he like walked off, but he got popped in the jaw. So I don't think he's coming back, and that's why we've had a buildup of fights. Chippiest game I've seen in over a year. Four shots on goal for Chicago, 3 for New Jersey in this period. 16-14. New Jersey up on the shots on goal by 2, but it feels like it's going to stay pretty even if both teams stay aggressive. Because I mean, almost every big check was like a knockout blow, or they were trying to. Good save. I'm just disappointed as like a hockey fan. It's like I get a lot of enjoyment watching the Kraken, but when you got a phenom player, and you're doing a stream, not only with the Jack Hughes, but specifically for Connor Bedard, to be able to watch him. It's just unfortunate that he got uh, targeted that early, where they tried to knock him out, and they did. It's like, let me at least watch him, and if you're going to injure him, do it in like the third period, you bastard. Like, you got to do it in the first period, but I mean, that's why this game has been so fucking chippy and aggressive. They're taking a lot of offense, and I mean, everyone's throwing haymakers. So, I mean, they even let me have a long 5-minute fight, and like I've done many streams, and I don't think I've had one where they've actually shown it on stream where they were able to have them fight for like a 5-minute period and let them go. I need more of that in my life. Oh baby, there we go. 1-1. Oh baby, I felt that goal was coming soon. I gotta see a replay. 1-1, Blackhawks and Devils, baby. Oh baby, that was pretty. It's like a thing of beauty. It's like when you watch hockey, it's like an artist, that's going through the process of like, putting in the like little details in like a drawing, or a painting. Like when you've seen someone that draws like either art for sports or wrestling or anime, and then you just see someone doing like amazing things. And then all of a sudden, like when you watch hockey, sometimes it's just guys skating around, and then you'll get like a pass here, a pass there. But when things are set up, for teammates to work together to have something just to kind of all come together in like a beautiful wrister or slap shot, or you're setting someone up, and then you end up getting that fluid motion, and then you get that goal. It's hard to put that into words, like when you see something that just perfectly gets executed. 1-1, Blackhawks and Devils. Odin's son is at the semi-pro hockey matchup there in New York, and I imagine he looked at his phone and he is like, "Oh yeah, let's go, oh dog, 1-1, baby, let's go." Oh, Alexander Holtz. Oh, you crazy? I'll get one of him. All right, Alexander Holtz. All right. Okay. Odin's son is happy. Messaging him now. He said there's a fight. Odin in the building. I just messaged you. 3-1. Bro, this game has literally got the most fights, right, out of anything that I've seen in like a year, maybe longer. Like they knocked out Bedard in the first period, like tried to knock him out. Now everyone is trying to knock someone out. Like it's getting crazy out there. So you injured Bedard, and then now all the Devil players are going at the Blackhawk players. They're going after it. I said I knew the thumb was going to be fire, but I didn't know the matchup was going to be so fire. What's good, man? Are you enjoying your semi-pro hockey matchup? I mean, if you were watching this one, this is a game for you. Like, I'm actually shocked on how many fights, and they even let me watch on the game itself, like a 5 minute period where they had one on one. It was like Blades of Steel all over again, right? And they let them fight for like 5 minutes, and the refs were like there, but they were like letting them go. And so I got to see at least 5 or 6 good haymakers on each side, couple uppercuts, couple black eyes, couple jaw shots. Trying to knock a tooth out or fucking break a jaw. The regular. Um, I'm not used to seeing that, but this is definitely the most aggressive matchup that I've streamed in the last 2 years. 1-1. But we do everything on the channel, like, NFL, college football. I mean, I don't really do a whole lot of NBA or college hoops, but I will when it's slow. But I would prefer to do MLB, NHL, and NASCAR if I was going to go to something other than football and wrestling. So, but I got lots of love for the MLB, NASCAR, and NHL. It's nice to have something else than football and wrestling, so that way that it makes it easier to get you to football and wrestling at that time period. Even though wrestling's like 365, I just you got time to watch it or not. All right, less than 7:30 to go in the second period. 19 shots on goal for the Devils, 16 for Chicago. They're beating the shit out of each other, and I fucking love it. Only thing I don't love, Connor Bedard getting injured. Right. Jack Hughes, fewest games at 30 assists, 31 games. Jack playing great. All right, we're knotted up at one. A really entertaining matchup. Even though like we'll do mostly Kraken games. Obviously, being from the Pacific Northwest, and just depends on the matchup and what's going on. But nice to be able to squeeze in when the day off is approaching, and then you can find something that you feel that you'll enjoy. And yeah, this was the game to do today, especially if there was only three to go by. Oh, good save. This is going to make me want to go play NHL 94 on the Genesis or 95 or some PlayStation 2 NHL. 89 to go. Less than 7 minutes to go. Come on, baby. Wow. Ooh. Ooh, nice pass. Big one timer there for Hughes. There's a good sequence of passing there for the Devils. Oh, bodies to the floor. Yeah. Come on now. They take forever whenever they want to delay a penalty. All right, let's go here. All right, Chicago power play. I'm watching both broadcasts, so it's interesting to see like the Chicago broadcast through NBC, and then obviously for the Blackhawks, and then seeing this Madison Square Garden MSG SN. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 2-on-1. Oh, good defense there by Chicago. AOP is? Who's the manager? Ellering, stud. All right, 15 seconds left in the power play. All right, full strength for the Devils. Less than 4 minutes to go. It feels like a little bit of the aggressiveness is starting to. Oh, there's the penalty. I had to see the replay. It was starting to not be as chippy until that. Whatever it takes. I hope they fight again. Less than 3:30 left in the second period. Blackhawks and Devils beating the shit out of each other, and I am loving it. No Connor Bedard. That's the only downside. Got to see him for about a minute in the first period before they fucked him up. And now everyone is pretty much trying to defend his honor. King of the North. And I like it. As long as I don't have any other star players that get knocked out of the game. So give it to Jack Hughes. Minute 30 left in the power play. Less than 3 minutes left in the second period. Knotted up at 1. Ooh, nice pass. Wow. Luke. Luke to Jack. Jack to Luke. Less than a minute left in the power play. Good defense by Chicago. Whoa. Come on, Devils. 5-on-4. Come on now. Luke Hughes stuffed like Dikembe Mutombo. Oh! Wow. 2-1 Chicago. You got to be kidding me. Wow. Hockey is just so crazy. Sometimes you can kind of anticipate when the goal is going to happen, and a lot of times it just comes out of nowhere. That wrist shot was beautiful. 2-1 Chicago. Kachuk. Boris. Less than 30 seconds into the second period. Very close to intermission. Oh. Oh, they're beating the shit out of each other. Let's go. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Let's fight. Let's fight. Bang, 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 bang. 2-1, Chicago. Everyone is fighting like their lives are depending on it. Let them fight. I mean, it's already been like the most physical matchup in like a year. Might as well let them. I mean, every little check is, they're trying to injure each other. So love it, love it. 5 seconds left. Second period, 2-1, Chicago, and then we'll go into some photos, past or present, or whatever we're looking at. We'll see if we can get on a little bit of a dono train or something. All right. Are they going to scrap again? Two one. Let's scrap. All right. Let me know what we're doing for photos. See if there's anything else worth watching. Okay. I'm excited to do the game tomorrow. It would have been much better if, Richardson was playing, but still. Games that, actually mean something that, could, get you to the playoffs or not. Of course, they're going to, a lot more intensity. That's where you start to be, your legacy starts to matter more in those bigger games. So we'll be doing Colts and Texans tomorrow. Then we'll do Bills and Dolphins on Sunday night. And then we'll do the Natty, Michigan and Washington on Monday. All the fights. I'm trying to think back if there's been a more memorable matchup than this one. This one is just like incredible amount of haymakers. Haymaker party. I like that one. That's probably my favorite one right there. Good camera angle right there. Like, yeah, baby. 4-1 Thunder. What is the team? Is it like in Albany? Go Devils. Go Thunder. Go Chiefs. I got you, bro. My boy. Can't believe we're at the week 18. Fantasy championships are won and lost this weekend. All that hard work. You're gonna need this guy to step up. Chris Jones. White jersey. And the red jersey. Oh, yeah. All right, take it easy. Let me know what you want to do for photos. What do we got? 89 to go. 89 to go. What's up, bro? Is your matchup finished or is it still going? All the fisticuffs. What do you want me to send you? I need a link to watch your game. 5-1. How many fights were in your matchup? You have a bunch of fights? I mean, I have never seen this many fights in a matchup in a long time. The one-on-one, you're going to see highlights of that one-on-one, Odin. You'll watch it a bunch. You'll watch it a few times. I mean, that's the first time that I've seen a televised one in a while out of all the streams that I've done with the Kraken. But again, the Kraken don't really go after people. And I haven't seen a matchup where the Kraken have just lost their minds like in this matchup. So, I mean, at some point, I know the Kraken will probably be in a matchup where it's like this. But like every big hit, you're trying to knock the person out. But like this one, you to get your money's worth. 15:25 left in the third, and you and your buddy are hanging out, right? I feel bad because, like, I want to be able to go to Monday Night Raw with Preston, but I totally forgot the Natty was on. You know, so it's like I want to go to Monday Night Raw, but it's like I've been doing college football games all year, and to miss the championship would be, you know, I gotta do that for the channel. So. Feel bad though. I want to see Raw. I want to be able to see what kind of Monday Night Raw show that would be available for me to be able to watch. So, Maine has Seahawks colors. What are the full team names that you're watching right now? Like their team and your team, the full team name for the lower league, the semi-pro hockey. So I can get like the full grasp of what you're watching. You're watching hockey in some New York borough. New York hood hockey. Yeah. Love you too, brother. I'm just glad that you're having a good time, man. And I'm glad I got a chance to, get out and go to a Blazer game and go to the arcade and get out. And I know I need to get out more. It just sucks when, it's like you have that dream and you have that grind, and it's like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice certain things and you gotta keep going. But it's like, both things are something that I would want to watch. It's not like I don't want to watch Monday Night Raw or watch the Natty with the Huskies and the Wolverines, which should be pretty amazing. So, yeah, if we were hanging out watching hockey, we'd be bullshitting the whole time, talking wrestling and hockey or whatever. It'd be good times. Little kids, chain gang. Yeah. How is the vibe there? Is the vibe cool? Like people cheer? Like, does it feel like when you go to the matchup, you feel the energy at all? Because that's the main thing, regardless if you're a big name or a little name, as long as you feel the energy and it's real, then it's going to be fun to watch. So we got this matchup. We'll see if Odin's Sons Devils can get another goal and then a couple other uppercuts before the game ends. And then they can tie it up 2-2. We'll go from there. And then we got Colts and Texans for possible playoff spot. Saturday at 5, and then Sunday we'll have Bills Dolphins, and then Monday we'll have Natty, and then I'll just have, I'll just feel bad that I won't be able to go to Raw with Preston. I already told him sorry, but I just the sorry is in me, and I always feel like it sucks, because I don't like not being able to follow through on something. The NBA is the best. You love it. Yeah, the NBA is the worst. Like, give me NASCAR, give me an NHL, give me MLB. Like, obviously, NFL, college football, and wrestling are king. Like, hell, give me boxing and UFC over the NBA. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I would rather even go that route. Even fucking boxing. Like, if I had to go, I mean, that's bad, but that's just the reality. But I guess it would depend on who it is. Like, I'm not going to just watch anybody, but if it's like the top dogs. All right, what do we want to do for photos? What do we want to do? Oh no, everything is still being shaved, clean shaven. I mean, there's going to be cheating in all sport. I don't think it's as much as like everyone wants to think it is. I think you get all the conspiracy people, and we obviously know the referees. Like to bet, and sometimes if you have an addiction in betting or who you're dealing with, people have been doing it. In the college basketball era, since like the '70s. So it's not something brand new, but everyone thinks everyone is doing it, but I imagine there's a good amount in all sports. Trying to make sure you're hitting the spread or you're hitting your bet at least. 2-1 Blackhawks. Some cheap photos for Odin while he watches some semi-pro hockey. A lot of the chief players aren't playing. Let's see. I like defense. Can you tell? Offense, like, it's way too much love. Like defense, O-line, special teams, coaching, those things need to be spotlighted more. Defense wins games. Defense wins championship. L'Jarius Sneed with the snubbery. Lots of penalties, but still, a good player. I mean, when you're guarding the ones, it happens. Oh, snap. It's me, L'Jarius Sneed. I haven't seen that one before. That's brand new. And if I give you the white jersey, I got to give you the red jersey. All right, in third period now. Little Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed, baby. Oh, swag, 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 swag. You know how I do it. All right, here we go. Background music off. All right, baby, here we go. Third period, 2-1 Blackhawks. Lots of fights, lots of teeth missing, lots of black eyes, lots of haymakers, lots of uppercuts. It's been beautiful. No Connor Bedard. That's really the only downside. I was really anticipating some fun and hoping for a goal, on stream that I could actually see and like appreciate. But I guess I'll have to wait for another game. I did see that. I saw Dolph show up. I had a couple things pop up on my timeline and whatnot. You got to keep your eye. You got to keep your eye on all those, other federations too. We'll see where Sasha Banks or Mercedes Monet falls, as far as another big name floating around. Well, even if they have Bedard, they're not getting wins. Let's be honest. Like just because Bedard is there, it's not like he's going to lead Chicago to the playoffs. I mean, if you get the first pick, it's going to be a long year. But it's not saying that like Chicago can't win a game without. I mean, obviously if he's playing, they got a better chance. But they can still win a game without him. They're doing it right now. We'll see if they hold on or if New Jersey can catch up here. And I want to see who stays aggressive and who kind of backs off and gets passive. And whoever backs off from, being like, I want to rip your head off kind of attitude, then that team is probably going to be a team that loses that momentum. But they've been at each other's throats pretty much the whole game, so that's kind of awesome. We'll see if it continues. Less than 18 minutes to go in the third period, 2-1 Blackhawks. Will it be Luke? Will it be Jack? We will see. What Hughes gets them knotted up to 2. And then Bedard, obviously being the youngest All-Star in AHL history, pretty sweet. Jack Hughes, an All-Star as well, very smooth on the ice, does everything well. Definitely stands out when you watch a hockey matchup. All the greats make it look easy. Judah. Naomi. The way that all ended, that was like when Vince was still there. And it's not like I have some wrestling insider. You get all these like wrestling people on Twitter that think that they have all the inside information. I mean, if it's from like sports, I mean, even those people fuck up NFL stuff when it's breaking news. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to see any of those in WWE, but definitely AEW and NJPW, Impact, and all the other ones. You're probably going to get them bouncing around here and there. I mean, at some point, if you get legends that aren't in WWE, it's probably best to go to AEW unless you're not wanted there. And then you got to just go to one of the others and make money at Impact. And then obviously NJPW has more prestige being in Japan. So I would assume that Impact is, at this point is like the gutter. That's like the lowest one, but at least it's a job. ROH, kind of like, it's like you're there, but it doesn't have the prestige of NJPW or AEW, and WWE is like the top dogs. Even though during COVID, WWE was like unwatchable. Judah's like, I got my life savings on this matchup. All my allowance money, all my cutting the grass money, washing cars money, picking up dog shit money, gone. Good save. Less than 17 minutes to go. Blackhawks surprisingly up 2-1 after kind of a dad getting knocked down and a lot of fights. Seems like things have calmed down a little. These last 4 or 5 minutes have probably been the most calm I've seen everyone. No one is trying to fatality the other one, at least for a couple minutes. Got no action on the NHL. Judah, this is like legit the most hardcore fighting matchup that I've seen in like a year and a half. They even let him do solo 5-minute fight, like on screen. Never happens when you watch NHL games, or at least it doesn't when I do Kraken. I didn't see the Kraken have a one-on-one fight for 5 minutes and the refs let them fight like all all the matchups that I've done, and I haven't even seen one with the Kraken. So that was, uh-oh. Wow, Vanacek coming way out there. He's like, I got to get all the way out there. You'll see the highlights on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like this game will be talked about for a couple days. And the amount of fights that and the shots. It's not like these guys are slapping each other. Like there were some KO punches being thrown. Like really, I'm trying to hurt you. You know, a couple pretty good haymakers. But I would say this is the most entertaining matchup that I've seen. Not just 2024 because we're only a few days in, but from last 2023 and 2024. This is probably the most entertaining non-Kraken game that I've seen in a while. Less than 15:30 to go. See if New Jersey can go on a little bit of a aggressive tear with their line here. Oh, there we go. Big pop. Oh, well, I mean, the fights that are in the, like you said, Kraken fight a little, not like a lot of these other teams, but I don't know. I felt like I was playing Blades of Steel or NHL 94, 95 or, NHL 2001, 2002. What was that call for? What was that? Points by rookie. Look at Luke Hughes, 22. Connor Bedard with 33. That's so badass, though. 22? That's solid, man. Top four? And you're only behind second place by two. Like, you're right there. Like, Connor Bedard is just like an alien. But, I mean, that's those are solid numbers. Solid rookie numbers. Luke and Jack. All right, 15 minutes to go. Blackhawks with a 2-1 lead. Hopefully, we'll get some more elbow shots. Oh, good save. Yeah, Odin, one of the guys on the channel, he's like the OG mod on the channel, and he's a Devils fan. So I usually try to do Devil games for him, even though I'm a Kraken fan, just because if I know that someone likes something, then I'll get invested, and if the matchup is good, it's like okay, you got Jack Hughes on one side, you got Connor Bedard on the other. There's only 3 games on today. This is the best one. Bang! And there it is. It's tied up 2-2, baby. And you're going to get something good. Oh, baby. That was pretty. There we go, Devils fans. Look at this. Woo! Top shelf, baby. That was sweet. But I like getting invested in other people's favorite teams and players if I have a connection with you. Then it gives me a little bit more joy where they can live kind of vicariously through me and I can live vicariously through them, even though it's like I might not be a fan, but I can be a fan for today while I call the game and then soak in those vibes. And then the more that you have those vibes, and the more non-biased you can be, and the more that you can appreciate the NHL as a whole instead of just my team and my players. I can enjoy the greatness that's spread across the league. We're knotted up at 2, baby. What an amazing matchup here tonight. Because I'll tell you what, when Bedard went down, I was pissed. I was like, fucking A, man. Take me an hour to make an awesome fun with Bedard, and and I can't wait to watch him. Biggest thing since Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin in 03, phenom, youngest rookie, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I want to watch him. I want to watch him score. I've done a few games already of Chicago, and I think almost in every one that he hasn't scored a goal. Maybe he's been assisted for one, but nothing like to make me be like, oh, wow. But he's definitely overachieved, but I need to see more goals, at least when I stream. I think that would be, at least, they can at least do that for me. Nemec, second goal of the season. Yeah, I do Avs. I do the Dallas Stars. I do Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, Kraken is my team, so I do primarily Seattle. And then when Seattle has a day off, I try to do others. I mean, normally I'm doing NFL and college football first, and then after those games aren't on, then it's depending on what season it is, NASCAR, MLB, NHL. Then we'll go to Kraken first, and then other teams that I think that are fun to watch. That have superstars that we need to keep an eye on. Phenom, player that's on a shitty team like Chicago, but he's a phenom. That's worth a stream instead of just like some random team, And then, and then as we get further along, football will be over, and I'll be doing baseball with like the Mariners and the Dodgers. Mariners for me, Dodgers for my dad, and then any of the other good teams sprinkled in. But until baseball, I want to focus pretty heavy on NHL for a while. So. Yeah, I watch everything. I mean, I'm a nerd. Like I said, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, NASCAR. Whatever it is, whatever the main thing is for that day. I'm always reading, watching film. I used to collect an insane amount of sports memorabilia. I still kind of do, and cards, bobbleheads, starting lineups, McFarlane's, wrestling figures. I mean, Legos. I mean, you name it, I probably collected or I got some. Yeah, I mean, there is going to be a nice little area dedicated just to him for these fights, man. Like I'm gonna have to go back and try to, yeah. Like if they actually have a condensed fighting highlight reel, whoever makes it, send me the link, like on socials or whatever, on like Twitter X or Instagram, because I would love to be able to watch just like a 2-minute highlight reel of nonstop punches being edited and thrown from this game. I would watch that. I think a lot of NHL fans would, because I don't think they've seen anything like this in a while, like in a year and a half. It's been a minute since I've seen something that would be like, wow, I actually want to watch a replay of the fight, not the goals. Like, thumbnail came out great. Nice little background. 2 studs. Bedard, Hughes. Let's go. The Devils played the Kraken. Yeah, but Stars are fun to watch. Avalanche are fun to watch. Vegas Golden Knights, I mean, they set the standard. That's what the Kraken want to be one day. We want to be able to achieve greatness within the first 10 years of our existence. And then, have defensemen that are all like 6'8", 300 pounds, it seems like. They're insane. Like, they got like 7 or 8 guys that can make goals on any given night. Like, that's what you want. You want to have good coaching, good depth, a great defenseman, good goalie play, center and forward depth like no other. And then, and also having so much depth on the lines that it doesn't even matter if you're on line 1 or line 4. Like you feel that someone's going to score, no matter who's out there. And I don't think there's that many teams that have that kind of confidence and vibe or depth. And that's why they're fun. I think Colorado is trying to get there. Dallas is trying to get there, but Vegas is kind of the standard, and then Boston's playing good. Rangers, like, you're going to have teams that are going to have a little bit of a glow up, and they're going to be good for a little bit, or start off like shit, like the Kraken, and now we got Joey Decord, and now we're starting to ball out, even though he's our second string to Grubauer, but he feels like he's the hottest goalie right now in the NHL. So it feels good. Almost could have had another shutout. Would have been 3 in a matter of like 2 weeks in his career. Pretty good. Sorry, Grub, but you just want to have whatever player is going to step up for the franchise to get us out of this fucking drought that we were in. We needed a change, and it feels good to have someone that I can count on. When I watch a game, I'm like, oh, it's not over. So I know, I know. I think most people thought that the Winter Classic would be Vegas 3, Seattle 0. I mean, even if we had Mariner players and Sonics and people from Oregon and Washington that were famous that were there, and Jay Buhner and Edgar Martinez and all these like Mariner legends, but that was probably one of the most shocking things. But we were dressed the part, look good, feel good, play good. I mean, Dion would say that, and Kraken definitely had better unis than Vegas. Oh, big hit. And I really like these NHL hockey bobblehead giveaways like they do with the Mariners. They usually do them for the MLB as well. NBA ones are lame. They're not as detailed or nice. Hockey ones and baseball ones. Football doesn't really do them that often because people are too drunk and whatnot. It's very rare that you'll get them in like a football game. But baseball and hockey, they do it more often. And Kraken had a giveaway yesterday, and I mean, I'm just waiting for the Joey Decord one, and then once that one comes, if I got to buy that one on eBay, I can't make it out to that particular game. And once they make that, maybe next year, or I think they're only doing one more this year, but next year I'm gonna have to buy that on eBay from somebody, probably $50 to $100. I'd be like, all right, give me a mint box though. Mint box, that makes it worth $50 more. Wow, big save. Flopping on the puck. 10:20 left in the third period. We're knotted up at 2. Yeah, the nice thing about this channel too is I usually watch like 2 or 3 things at the same time. So when people show up, if I'm calling a game, that doesn't mean that's the only one I'm watching. Sometimes I'll do a little play-by-play for 2, sometimes even 3, depending on what's going on. I mean, I can't do that, for like an hour straight, but a little bit here, a little bit there if something exciting is happening, and we try to watch as much as possible, get the most out of the day. I mean, especially if you have access to pretty much any game, you might as well try to put that effort in. We're going to be doing Colts and the Texans for the NFL, and then Dolphins, Bills on Sunday, and then the Natty, Michigan and Washington for college football on Monday. But if it is on around the same time as that Colts and Texans game around 5, then yeah, I will be watching NHL games while I will be watching that NFL game. And then there's an early NFL game with the Steelers and Ravens. That's tomorrow at like 1:30. So that's where my attention will be. Even if a lot of the backups are playing for the Ravens, I still want to watch. Fantasy implications for people that are in the championship, which I am as a 1 seed, and I'm down by 40. So I need to make up a lot of points in this championship week. And if I do, I win. If I don't, I get second. So if you ain't first, you're last. That's what Ricky Bobby told me. I'm trying to get that dub. Hi, Paisley. My Paisley pup just came in the room. She's like, I miss my dad. Devils, Canucks, 6 p.m. So it'd be 3:30. So it'll still be on when I start the football stream. It'll be about an hour and a half in, so it'll probably be in the second period sometime. But if you hop in, I'll watch it with you. You just gotta let me know that you're in the room, and then that the game is on, and then I'll flip it on if I don't already remember. I mean, usually I have pretty fast internet, and depending on if I'm watching something on my TV, on the computer, myself and my stream, and then I usually try to do like 1 to 3. Sometimes I get crazy and try to do 4, but you don't want to do too many if you have lag, so then you have to eliminate usually some of them to have it go smoother. But usually, I think with me, it's like 2 games that are really good. I feel that 2 or 3 is like you don't really need to do more than that. Usually 2 games at the same time where you can put a lot of focus in. 3, I mean, if you got 3 good matchups to watch, and then I love watching Red Zone for fantasy too. So I always watch like a couple games and then Red Zone, so that way I have that box open. So that way, if I need to keep up on fantasy or spy on my people that I'm playing against, I know what's going on. Hanson does a good job for Red Zone. If you play fantasy, you know. If you don't, then no one gives a shit. But if you play fantasy, Red Zone is awesome. Yeah, I've done a few Devil games from last year and this year. So, and again, Odin's son is like our first OG mod. He was like the first one to donate big to me. So anytime the Devils are on the slate, I will always, kind of go towards that route. But unless like the Avalanche, or Dallas or Vegas Golden Knights, or I mean, it's all about matchups. And also too, I wanted to see Hughes and I wanted to see Bedard. So I thought, okay, 3 matchups today. This one's the best one. I got a lot more, than my money's worth in this for sure. Living on a prayer. Great song. All right, less than 8 minutes to go. There's like certain songs that they can play in a building, and then the whole place will just go crazy. Oh, oh, baby McLeod! Wow! Before the goal, after the goal. Wow! Laps the garden, dig it. That was incredible. Electric. Wow. Woo! Michael McLeod. Wow. 3-2 Devils. Let's go, baby. Gotta get a swag photo. 10th of the season. Let's go. All right, so we got him like in the locker room with the hat. Let's go, but I need a swaggy one, not like some photo that looks like it's all blurred out. We're in the HD 4K era, 2024. That good shit. There we go. Woo! Okay, that's how I do it. I do things big here. There we go. Upcoming schedule versus the Canucks tomorrow at 7, the Lightning on Thursday, and the Panthers on Saturday. Interesting. I figured if like NBA fans would give NHL a chance, I think the NBA fans they would lose so many because it's like a lot of people they don't understand the game, they don't know the names of any of the players, they don't have a favorite team. But the state of the NBA is in such despair that if I feel if half of the NBA fans just like chose a hockey team and actually tried to like start learning, then a lot of those fans wouldn't go back. I mean, You're never going to see the NBA back where it was in the 80s and 90s, and it seems like the only cool thing right now is Wemby. Like throwing shit off the backboard to himself and doing backdoor cuts on Giannis and dunking on his ass. Like, I mean, other than that, that's about it. The Wemby shit is cool, but other than that, I mean, not a whole lot. NBA, be better, damn it. When I do streams, I'm actually like entertained. It's like I would rather do the shittiest NHL matchup than do the best NBA matchup. What does that say? Like I could literally have like Wemby and the Bucks or the Bucks and whoever, Nuggets and Bucks or Bucks and Celtics, right? One of the best, and I'd rather do like the two shittiest teams in the NHL, and I think I would have more fun doing that. That's the state of where the NBA is in. Yeah, Jack looks like he's a little banged up. Jack is going to the tunnel. Jack, come back from the tunnel. Well, Bedard went to the tunnel. We didn't see him after a few minutes in the first period. Where Jack ain't coming back, but they're up by one, so hopefully they can just hang on here. Four 45 left in the third period. Devils up by one. Nice ferocious comeback. The most aggressive NHL matchup I've seen in a year and a half. One of the most intense matchups I've ever seen, even from when I was younger. No lie. And I love that I got to see a one-on-one last 5 minutes, and they actually didn't cut away. Like the cameraman let me see it, like Blades of Steel style, one-on-one, fight, 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 punch, punch, punch. Pretty much let them fight until they get to the point where they're tired, and then the punches look like shit. It's like you want them to look good, like in UFC. You don't want them just like gasping for air, like when they're hugging each other in boxing, and they can barely like hit each other at the end. No one wants to see that. We want to see uppercuts and black eyes. Okay. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third period. Devils up 3-2 on the Blackhawks. Really fun matchup, but no Bedard after getting hurt in the first period, and Hughes is in the tunnel. Billy in the building. Billy. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third period. I mean, the way the momentum, it's not impossible, but it feels like Devils will be able to hang on. I'm not sure if I see the sense of urgency in Chicago. It's like at this point they're like, "What's for dinner? I need to go have a drink. Who am I meeting up with?" I don't know if I feel that same type of intensity. Let's see if they can make this an overtime type of thing. But less than 3 minutes to go. Aiden injured him. Everything was all good until Aiden showed up. And then all of a sudden, one of my favorite players, Jack Hughes, injured. Aiden is a curse. No, I hope he's okay. Hopefully everything is good with him. I imagine it's hopefully just something minor, like just an ankle tweak or something like that. Nothing, I don't think it was something like where he had to go to the restroom. Hopefully it's just something minor. I got to look at my fantasy team here and see how I'm going to construct being down by 42, win the championship. The big question is Mike Evans or Zamir White. Zamir White can get 15 to 20 points. Mike Evans is going to get something between 10 and 29, especially if Baker can stay healthy. Tom Brady went to him, and every time Mike Evans plays the Panthers, it's a big matchup. I gotta be very, very smart because if I get 15 with Zamir and then Evans goes for 30 and that's on my bench, then I am gonna lose. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can do it though. The thing is that he's at like the 150 range. He gets 100 to 120, and then if I go off for 160 to 170, it's not like I can do that. That would mean that 8 out of my 9 guys have to go off for like 20 or like big numbers, or I have to have someone like Connor go for 45 against the Seahawks and score like 2 or 3 times. Like I'm gonna have to have a couple guys like Jetta, get 20 plus or 30, or Laporta or Amon Ra, or Rashad White needs to go for 20, James Conner for 40, Laporta for 27, Amon Ra for 29, Jetta for 30. Like, I'm going to have some crazy numbers, but I have all green matchups except for Baker. So and Laporta is neutral, so it's like Evans is a red, but it's just like if I can calculate my matchup just right, and I put in the perfect lineup that I have, I think I can win. But it'll be barely. Like if I win the championship, I'm down 42 after scoring like 310 points in the first 2 weeks combined, like 155 average. Like how the fuck am I going to go from 155 to like a 100 or a 110? But when you have all red in the playoffs, what can you do? There's nothing you can fucking do. You got bad matchups against good defenses, and sometimes you get fucked up in fantasy. That's just what happens. Even if you're one of the best in the world, how do you overcome red everywhere? You don't, unless you just dump all your roster and try to find guys on the wire that are like no name guys for 1 week, and you try to win, but you don't want to give up a Keenan Allen for some jobber player for 1 week. 3-2 New Jersey, less than 2 minutes to go. It's the most points that I would ever come back from, Sarah. So like I said, he just has to shit the bed this week and get 100 to 120. Preferably would be great, like 90. 90 to 100, where it's like then he's only at 255, and then all I have to do is get to like 150. Which is not asking me to get 180 or 190 or 200. Less than 130 to go. Devils up 3-2. Empty net for Chicago. But I do feel like I have the lineup good enough. And it's like I said, I have 9 spots, but I have 10 guys, only Mike Evans in or Mike Evans out. I have to, and that also depends with Baker too. Baker and Evans in, or do I do Mullins and Zamir White instead and just hope that Mullins gets me 20 points or close to that, even though he might throw 2 to 4 picks. There'll be a lot of points scored in that Vikings and Lions game. So sometimes it's like name recognition, Baker. But I mean, if he's hurt, what happens if they pull him and I only have him for like 2 quarters? And then if that happens, can I trust Kyle Trask to get Mike Evans the ball? Who the hell knows? It's only the Panthers, but hell, Kyle Trask, I don't trust that. So I'm kind of in a dilemma. It's like, okay, do I go with the red matchup with Baker and Mike Evans just because that's my team, and they're playing the Panthers, and if they win, they get to the playoffs, or is it too risky? And I just go with the safe thing in Mullins and Zamir White, where I know I'm going to get 17 points out of Mullins, and I'm going to get 15 to 20 out of Zamir White, and I'm just going to take that's what I'm going to get. Take what I can get that's guaranteed, or go for the big reward in Baker and Evans and hope they go off for like 50 combined. That's the for fantasy championship. Less than 45 seconds to go. 3-2 Devils. There it is. Empty net. 4-2 Devils. Well, the Bucks played the Saints and they kicked our ass, and so even though the Panthers got shut out, it's not a good matchup for Baker. He didn't do very well the first time around. He only got like 10 fantasy points. Evans went off for like 30 and got a touchdown pass. But if Baker is hurt and his ribs are fucked up, there's a risk there. I mean, this is for the championship. I just can't fuck around. Like I said, maybe I would go Evans over Zamir White, but then that means, do I go Baker or do I? Because I already have Rashad White in there also. So I don't know if I want to play 3 Buccaneers, even though we should win that game. But I just don't know if I can trust Baker for my fantasy points before. I mean, he's you would assume he's good for 2 touchdowns and at least 250 yards unless he gets injured or he's fucked up. So I don't know. We will see. 4-2 Devils. The Kraken have a playoff spot currently, which is nice. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I'm going to go take Paisley for a long walk and then eat some dinner and obviously go back and watch all the fights that happened in this matchup. Congratulations to Odin's son and all the Devil fans that were watching on Twitter/X as well as on here. Shout out to Odin's son helping out. And hopefully when we do streams tomorrow on Saturday and Sunday, we'll get a little bit of a boost and maybe the likes and subs and the donos. And I appreciate everyone on this Friday night. I hope you guys have a good one. You guys are the best. And I will be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock for the Colts and Texans playoff potential matchup to get in. And then we'll do Dolphins Bills at 5 on Sunday. And then we'll do the Natty at 5 on Monday, Michigan and Washington. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out to the people watching on Twitter/X, as well as the people that are watching here. Shout out to the people that like, subbed, and donoed. Love you. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.